Uh-oh. Hold on. Yes, technical issues. In case you're wondering, hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome. We're a little late. That's mostly my fault. Sorry about all that. Okay, we can hear the clicky noises. I am alive. Greetings and hello. We can't see the game now. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we're good. Okay. Woo! Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Sorry. This is in case anyone wasn't sure, we are, in case it wasn't clear from the start, we are playing Knights of the Old Republic. This being a 19-year-old game, it isn't exactly set up for this sort of thing. I had to violently force it to play in a 16 by 9 aspect ratio so that it will actually fill my capture screen. Otherwise, we'd be doing this boy in 6 by 8, which no one wants that. Anyway, welcome. I think we're all set. Good to get started. I'm gonna have to play with my setup here. See if I can fix this up a little bit. But who knows? We'll see. I can't get it to play in windowed mode either, which is a problem. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, it's worth it, I think, for one of the best games ever made. Probably the best Star Wars game ever made. Um, is there competition for that? I don't know. The Rogue Squadron games were really good. The Jedi Outcast series was really good, but I still think this is probably the best Star Wars game yet. From 19 years ago, as said. Um, Next up to anything going on now. Those of you who are not familiar with this game and its story yet are about to be. The major plot developments do gradually develop, and you do need to get a real feel for the world because this takes place just over 4,000 years, I think, before the main trilogy, before the all of the trilogies, before the movies. Um, Pod Racer was fun. It was fun, but I don't think it stacked up to the Rogue Squadron games or to the Outcast games or even to honestly, as far as if I'm just talking about like viscerally fun gameplay experience, I'd be tempted to say Star Wars Squadrons is just fun. It's just ridiculously fun. It's obscenely fast paced, incredibly responsive, and it feels right in the way that Pod Racer did, but on 3 dimensions and with blasters. So anyway, also a couple of experiments with some setup, which maybe this wasn't the time to experiment with setup, but I have a pop filter now. It came with the microphone. I never installed the thing, but if it sounds better, if I sound better or worse than usual, someone tell me. Um, and I welcome feedback either way. 2005 Battlefront 2 was really good. That's true. That was really good. That's in contention. That is in close contention. The campaign for that game was spectacular. Plus Galactic Conquest, all that stuff was really good. That's in the running. In the running. The other thing that unfortunately, I definitely do have to mention, otherwise I'm going to be looking like an idiot the whole time, is I have been taken down by pollen. Seasonal allergies have hit me like a truck made of pollen and caterpillars, and I'm stuffy. So I'm going to go as long as I possibly can until I wind up taking a nice little Benadryl here. And at that point, when I cave in and I go for the Benadryl, it is a race against time to see whether my wakefulness outlasts see which lasts longer, the wakefulness or the stream. We'll see. If I fall asleep in my chair, then Kevin won't be alone. If nothing else. Anyway, Kevin says my little brother hates playing it with me because I always win Imperial Domination. I mean, okay, so talking about Battlefront 2, I've done one Battlefront 2 stream, as it so happens. I played a Galactic Conquest on the stream. And I played the Republic. The primary reason I like playing the Republic is because you can bring the landing ships, you can bring the LAATs so easily into the Separatist hangar because the hangar goes all the way through the ship. Whereas every other faction, all three of the other factions, the hangar is just built into the side, so it's much harder to actually land your ship in there. Um, and then also there's the possibility of one of your allies then taking off and then ramming into something and you don't have your spawn point anymore. Anyway, um, if that's enough clicky noises, let's begin. Oh. Okay, I think we're fine with the music. We'll have to wait and see if we're fine with the music. Oh, geez, what build was I going to do? I'm definitely playing a male, because the main character for this game is canonically male. Hold on. I am going to go back, and I'm going to turn the music down a lot. So if nothing else, like, worst case scenario, I can talk over it, and hopefully it'll be fine. There. Way down there. Movie volume. That's going to blast our eardrums out, so let's turn that down a bit. Alright, cool. Advanced? For software? No. No. Alright. Now we're back. Now we're going to begin. Like I said, I really desperately hope that this music is not going to get me copyright struck. This is, I think most of the music in this game is original to the game. The only exception to that might be the main theme playing over the opening crawl. Maybe? I'm trying to remember. It's been a very long time since I've played this game on anything but mobile. I have the mobile version that I played a while ago, a couple of years ago. That was it. That was the most recent. So I usually play a Scoundrel to start, because Stealth is a great build. Usually what I'll do is I'll play Scoundrel and then Sentinel, which is the balance between lightsabers and tech stuff, or Consular, which is more force power stuff. But I still have those skill points from Scoundrel, which is helpful. Yeah, let's. I'm just gonna go with my standard build. I will also say another thing to start off here right from the beginning. Like I mentioned, the main character for this game is canonically male. However, I do want to point out that because this is very classic BioWare storytelling, it is I think an overall a feminine archetypal heroine's journey story, much more like something like Mass Effect than a traditional hero's journey, the kind of thing that you'd see in the original Star Wars with Luke Skywalker. You can do it as a hero's journey; it kind of makes sense, but there's a lot to this that is archetypally feminine, and that is the kind of thing that we're gonna be talking about as we go through the story structure of the game. So there's a lot to the structure of the game that is more than just plot points and character decisions and things like that. So yeah, let's go Scoundrel. Why not? No. Custom. Portrait. Where's our canon main character? Canon look. That's the canon look. There it is. There's the guy. There's the guy. There's our guy. Yeah, okay. Attributes. Alright. This is based on the old 3.5 edition D&D rules. So some of this will be familiar to current 5th edition D&D players, and some of it is going to be a little odd and a little off. I do wonder, because there is a remake of this game coming out in the next few years, probably by the time we finish these 2 streams, I wonder if they're going to update the mechanics and use an adaptation of D&D 5th edition. That would be interesting. Be very interesting. Okay, so let's go. We need intelligence. We need charisma. We need wisdom. We need constitution. We can dump strength because we're going to be doing blasters and finesse. Finesse melee weapons. Charisma is important. Should I do dexterity up 1? Let's be a little bit balanced. Rogues have to be balanced. It's recommended. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to recommended, then I'm going to tweak it. How about that? Recommended. No? Wow, really? I'm going to put my constitution that low? Yeesh. I want skill points. So yeah, I am going to go with what I did. All right, cool. Let's go. All right, we get skills. All right. Let's see. Do I have a preference for Makashi? Yes. Abstractly, yeah. I like Ataru, primarily, really. I forget the game mechanics for this game, but I really like Ataru, just generally speaking, stylistically. Whether that is the more grounded version that we see with Qui-Gon Jinn, or the wacky, crazy, insane version that we get with like Yoda. I really like Ataru. I like elements of Makashi, and I have found myself liking Suresu. Maybe it's because Obi-Wan's just really cool, or maybe it's just the kind of thing that I managed to pick up when I LARPed. I did Star Wars LARP for like, I don't know, quite a few years. Oh, that one's cross-class. Really? Ooh. I'll wait on my cross-class skills. Security. Security. Hey, there we go. I have everything but trait injury maxed out. Yeah, that's probably smart. That'll be fine, right? Okay. That'll be fine. Alright, feats. We get feats. We've been granted the following. Cool. Dual wield, 2-weapon fighting, not bad. Blasters. Where's weapon finesse? Dueling. Now I think we can go with double-sided lightsaber once we get there. But that means we need weapon finesse. Where's finesse? I don't have finesse. It's not an option. That's weird. Demolitions and stuff. Nah, 2-weapon fighting. Nah, I'm probably just gonna use singles for now. Rapid shot's nice. Excuse me. No. Can I get rapid shot? I'll do rapid shot. All right, what's recommended? Dueling? Really? Okay, I guess I'll do dueling. Sure, why not? Gase Jasra. I don't like it. Lando Vincari. Nah. Azar Carr? Nah. Arogus Sana. Nah. Wedge Dugary. Yeah, I like it. Wedge Dugary. Yeah? What do you guys think? Wedge Dugary? Is this a, does this look like our fella? Yeah? I can keep randomizing. I don't know. I'm torn. See, this is the part where character creation is a big deal. In this is one of those games where character creation is a big deal. And it's a very, very early game where character creation is a big deal. There's not a lot of customization as far as like what your character looks like. Very little. But all the little customization options, the build options, Hailskiness, Nilethora, Telecatensil, Hainchar. I like that. Alright, yeah, no, Hainchar, I like it. Okay. Okay, let's begin. Now, we wait. Loading screen. So, I hopefully you guys had a chance to see the video we had out today. Oh, you love Makashi because all the Sith I like Dooku style the most. Like his attitude, his outfit, the curved saber hilt, very classy. Yeah, it's very saber-esque, very dueling saber-esque. Oh boy, oh let's just turn that off while it's going. I know, I love it too, but it's gonna go really poorly, really quickly if we let it play. Hold on. Oh, come on, what happened? Oh. Oh. Okay. I accidentally skipped. Fine. Hold on. Ah, jeez. I can't just Alt-Tab very easily. Is there a way to make the actual game bigger? No. No, this is just for cutscenes. It's boxed in like this? The letterboxing? Give it a moment. It'll come back. It should be back by now, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. The
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Yeah, so the letterboxing is only in when you're in like cutscenes and conversations, I think. I might need to move my camera. I'm realizing I forgot that the subtitles were on top. I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it a try. Who are you?
I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire.
I will die to
we work
defend you,
opposite
Trask.
shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Trask, you are my new best friend. Ever. Who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I know all about your reputation. How you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. But now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet, and Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Okay, let's go help Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Where can I get my equipment?
You can move the mouse to the edges of the screen to rotate the camera.
Oh, I got it.
Alternately, moving the mouse while holding down the right mouse button will rotate the camera as well.
It's so meta.
To move towards the footlocker, hold down the right mouse button and face the camera towards it. Then hold down the left mouse button as well to cause the character to run forward.
Oh man, Kevin's having a nostalgia attack. These graphics, yeah.
You can left-click on an object to select it. Once the footlocker is selected, left-click on it again to perform the default action and open it.
It's PS2, I think, when this originally came out. It may have been, was it Xbox? This might have been the original Xbox, too. Okay. Also, you can use WASD. I wish they just said WASD. It said the words WASD. There we go. There's a bunch of things. Take. Now I need to equip them. Okay. Where's my equipment screen? There it is. Right button. Stealth. Loading. Nothing, 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 nothing. I can't put the sword in. Okay, cool. Nice.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Trask has joined your party. Party selection. Okay, we can add Trask.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Okay. Alright, Trask. Get it open.
Now that the door is open, you better take the lead again.
Alright. Oh, wait. Yeah, I know.
This is Carthonasi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Alright. I don't need more tutorials, I don't think. Hey, droid. You're good.
No problem.
Let's see if I can do this.
Got it.
Oh boy.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
Yeah, wait, I don't have, alright, fine. Oh, that was awful. Uh-huh, yeah, I know. Tutorial stuff.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Okay. It's a good idea, I think. Alright. Alright, so what we have, again, to clarify just a bit, is some great Old Republic ships. The, once again, very... oh, yeah, I know. The very... There we go. I'm hurt. This isn't great. There we go. The Sith, or technically I guess the Sith Empire, being the token bad guys of the game, is very, I think they did a fantastic job tying it in. Tying it in well, but not unnecessarily or overly closely to the more familiar, like, trilogy's timeline. I can use that. Yeah. I'm at the nice. Because again, the Sith were the bad guys of the of both, I guess, at the time, both trilogies. Because this came out between 2 and 3, I think. I think between 2 and 3. Environment. Okay. Got him. All right. Yeah, like I said, I really like what they did, making the enemy factions and the friendly factions and all of that. I like what they did, making them familiar enough without it just being a one-for-one. Like, yeah, it's the rebels in the Empire, it's the Republic in the Empire. It's the Sith and the Republic. Thanks for asking. This guy's pretty good. Image frozen. Oh. Hold on. Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Hang on. Try now. Hold on a second. How's this? Give it a second. Yay! Alright, we're good. We're back. Sorry about that. Alright, yeah, I think we've about fixed it. For now. I gotta keep an eye on that though. Thank you. Because, like I said, this game doesn't like cooperating, I guess, with streaming software, with anything modern.
It's a Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us! We better stay back! All we do is get in the way! Well, that was one of the Jedi
unlucky.
accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
That was unlucky. Oh, come on, really? Thus, yeah, I guess so. And also, hold on. The sound effects are also getting to be a little too much. The pew-pews. That'll work. Let's try that now. A little better. Man, it's still really loud. It's still really loud. There. That's a little better. Alright. Yeah, I did not, sorry, I didn't realize that was, the blaster noises were so ridiculously loud. Map. We're doing well. Here's the bridge. And escape pod. Alright. But yes, it was rather violent.
The bridge is just beyond that door. You better equip your melee weapon. There isn't much room on the bridge, and it's suicide to use a blaster in close quarters. I should equip a melee weapon, too. Either that or I'll have to stay back and use my blaster.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Anyway. Long sword. Trask. Short sword. Sure.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Alright, let's switch back. That way. Let's see. Another blaster pistol. That's if you want to do dual wielding, which I don't currently, not with my current build. Who's that? Nice grenade. That is cool. We are careening towards a planet. It's a terrible planet. Name of Taurus. Taurus is a horrible, horrible place, and we are spiraling dangerously towards it with a bunch of warning signs. Also, really neat ship design. I like the bridge design quite a lot. I must level up. I don't wanna... Alright, level up. Skills. You get 5 points. Stealth. Persuade. Security. Awareness, demolitions. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, we'll do our class skills. Feats. Get any feat? What's recommended? Gearhead. No. 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 If anything, I'd want conditioning or rapid shot. I think I am going to do the thing where I don't level up between now and becoming a Jedi, so I can just do a bunch of Jedi levels. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'm actually going to do exploits on this run, or if I'm just going to do play the damn game normally. Fatality point. Let's do rapid shot. Yeah. Accept. That'll work. Now let's get out of here. Let's hit these escape pods.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Trask, are you really sure about that? Oh. Yeah, well, he's dead. He's super dead. He's unbelievably dead. Wait, starboard section. I can just go into the starboard section. Oh, Trask bought us time. That's right. Okay, so we do need to go to the starboard section, which is where the escape pods are. Got it. Okay.
This is Carthel Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful.
Trask,
there's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
Best friend ever. Where's my stealth button? This one? No, it's pause. I'll avoid what I can. It's G. Got it. Alright. Nope. Sneaking right by. Yeah. Kevin says, Trask went after the guy with a metal sword. Yeah. So that's actually the thing about KOTOR, and that was mostly for game mechanic purposes, but they brought it in and kept it as a mechanic moving forward of things like Cortosis weave. The idea is that these the Zebra swords have either energy generation or I forget which one it is. I forget if it's energy generation. So they basically create a force field to block lightsabers.
Be careful.
And
there's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
Alright, I also apologize if ever I don't mute when I sniffle. Again, the pollen is just killing me. Seasonal allergies is, at this point, by far worse. Far, far worse than either time I got COVID. It's hellish. Where's my skills? Oh, okay, skills. Computer use is low. Demolitions is good. Repair is also low. Security is better. So, is this security? Yeah, security better. It should be security. Okay. Overload power conduit. Yeah, fried him. I don't get dark side points for that, do I? No, I don't. Wow, I'm surprised. Nah, I actually don't need this thing. Right? No, I don't. I don't actually need this thing, so I'm not going to bother. It might give me experience, but I'm not going to bother. Evan says, I think there was a few different substances that weapons were constructed that were lightsaber resistant. Beskar, of course. Yeah, so Beskar, Cortosis, which depends on the version or form of Cortosis of what kind of alloy it's in. Cortosis can either stop and block a lightsaber, just clash like swords, or if it's in its raw form, if it's unalloyed, it can short out lightsaber blades. So it hits usually like armor, and the blade just turns off, which is neat. Really expensive and dangerous though, like it's radioactive kind of dangerous, so don't wear it, kind of thing. Okay for droids. That and also another of the materials in, at least in EU, was frick. Frick, P-H-R-I-K, I think it is. Canonically,
You've made
that's
it
what,
just in time. There's only one active escape pod left.
That's what.
Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
The IG-88 Magna Guards. No, not IG-88. Whatever the IG series Magna Guards, Grievous' staff people, those staves were made of frick, or they were coated in frick, making it lightsaber resistant. Like Beskar, it'll eventually cut through, but it takes a very long time, and if you're just parrying with it, it's fine. Kevin says, yeah, I remember the shorting out thing from the Hand of Thrawn duology. Yeah, there's a lot of it in there. A lot of it in... Thrawn came up with a lot of ways of beating Jedi that come up a lot later as well. The Salamiri, too, is the other big one. The force-suppressing lizard things.
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last two crew members left on the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on! There'll be time for questions later.
It's a good ship name. Okay. I mean, it's the last escape pod. It's just you and me. Sure. We have no other option. This is the last escape pod and your only hope of survival. Step away from the escape... No. Let's use the escape pod. Erica says, "Oh, hi, Caden." Yes, it's Caden Onasti or Karthalenko, whatever. It's BioWare's Golden Boy. That's who it is. Also, Pinocchio in Once Upon a Time. I think it's Pinocchio. Anyway, go. Oh, crazy thing because we're going into a cutscene. Sorry about that. Oh, hold on, coming. God, there we go. Maybe can you guys see it? You can't see this. Why can't you see this? I have to click into it or something. I had to skip it. Okay, great. Anyway, that's gonna be a pain. I'll fix it. I'll try and fix this eventually. Now my chat's gone. I'm telling you, my computer does not like this. Does not like what we're doing here. Okay, so it's Bastila fighting the Sith. Vision. Okay. Hang on a second. I need to put my chat back in its proper place so I can actually see what you guys are saying. I haven't missed anything yet, but man. There we go. Alright.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, he's one of the Republic soldiers? Right. I'm Hayden Char, by the way. How did we get here?
We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. But try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. You were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
Kevin says it's cool because we can use our imagination at certain points. Yeah, it's not ideal. Not the design philosophy of the game, but there is something to say there for that. That's fair. Brings up a thought I had that because I've recently been, like, I think I've mentioned this on stream before. I've been recently rereading Fellowship of the Ring. I just got through the Council of Elrond, and there is in one of Tolkien's letters he brought up the fact that he likes the verbal and especially the auditory medium, the storytelling, because it inspires the imagination in a way that visual storytelling like this just doesn't do and can't do. Because you see Karth, and it's frozen. Why is it frozen? You see Karth for some reason. You shouldn't. You should see Kale, or whatever his name is. Try this again. Unfreeze it, maybe. There we go, we're unfrozen. You see them talking like this. They're having a conversation. If this was narrated to you, you would have to imagine the conversation, the distance between them, for example. Like, this distance between them is really significant. That's actually something worth noting. I don't know if it's story important, but it could be. And that's the kind of thing that if I were to narrate their distance like this, then that would be important. That would have to be something important. But if it's not narrated, we don't know if that is significant or not. It's just a fact of their conversation. It's not a part of the story unless attention is drawn to it, and it's harder to draw attention to it if you're not telling the story verbally. And this is a major point of why Tolkien really preferred the written, or especially the spoken word, to acted, or animated or depicted scenes. So, yes, use our imagination. All that to say. I guess I owe you my life. Thanks.
You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw in your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. But it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
That is a great way of hand-waving that away. They hand-wave it in the second game with a force power. So, in this one, you just happen to know, like, a bunch of languages. Which is cool. I like it. It's kind of contrived, but still, I like it. Why is it so important to find Bastila?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith Master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
You say battle meditation too much. But, cool. This is getting very close to, like, Magical Mary Sue territory. But it avoids it. I think primarily because she has a very obvious, very straightforward, demonstrated weakness. That it takes this incredible level of focus and this level of preparation, where in a sudden attack, like on the Endar Spire, she can't do anything any more than any other Jedi. Which, don't get me wrong, is a lot. But still, she isn't just the... she can't just simply do absolutely anything under any circumstances, like certain other strong female Jedi characters. If Bastila is a Jedi, she can probably look after herself.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help. And we'll probably need hers.
Okay. Again, we have first of all, a pretty clear demonstrated weakness, which is good character writing. Second of all, though, we have, again, like I've been talking about before, we have enough familiarity to the world here. It's still Jedi versus Sith, it's still light versus dark, it's still Empire versus Republic, more or less. But interestingly, it's Empire versus Republic. These are opposed factions, rather than the Empire being sort of the development of the Republic, or the fall of the Republic. This is, in fact, a lot like, as I understand it, what a lot of the authors in the sort of Bantam era of Star Wars EU novels, from like late 80s to early 90s, is that a lot of these people, a lot of those authors thought the Clone Wars were like. That the Clone Wars was a clone uprising that devolved into a war between the Republic and the upstart Empire, and the Empire won and then purged the Jedi. That's what people thought happened, and that was sort of the assumption in a lot of those early books. That's what you see in the Thrawn trilogy, and that's why you have like Jorah Sabaoth and stuff like that. So this is kind of a reprisal of that idea, fit into the canon version of the prequel trilogy. And it's a delightful retconning of a lot of other things. It brings together a lot of disparate sources of canon and fits things together nicely. And it's also, I think, just really cool that this and so many other EU materials focus so much on large-scale Jedi versus Sith conflicts, where the movies never did that at all. We never had armies of Sith fighting armies of Jedi, or even groups of Sith fighting groups of Jedi, or anything other than the Sith being these underhanded sneak snonkers, which I think was a huge, huge missed opportunity in the sequel trilogy. That the Sith could have been a force to be reckoned with. Now, that would have had its own problems, and that would have had problems especially for undermining the work of the heroes in the original trilogy, yada yada yada, fine. But I think it could have been done somehow. Probably better than what we got, certainly. Kevin says, yeah, certain grandpa disrespecting ingrate. Alright. Any idea where we should start looking for Bastila?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
I want to ask you some questions.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What do you know about Malak and the Sith? Lore dump time.
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
A Jedi, what do you mean?
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
It's also... It's notable here that the Sith, each individually, are ex-Jedi, rather than their own independent faction with their own independent history. They're heretics, basically. They're fallen Jedi heretics. They're Dark Jedi, which is, again, what the Bantham era would refer to the Sith as, because they didn't have the name Sith. Or, they did, but they thought that Darth Vader was Dark Lord of the Sith, meaning he was the leader of a species called Sith, different thing. Rather, they referred to the Emperor and Darth Vader and their secret apprentices and all those, and their assassins and stuff, as Dark Jedi. And you see that, again, carried through here, even if they do pick up and keep the name Sith. This is in contrast to a few hundred years later in the timeline, Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO, which has an ancient Sith empire. An empire of Sith, of dark side Force users, who have their own independent lineage. I mean, yes, it's from a schism with the Jedi thousands of years ago, but it's another thousands of years ago. They've had their own developed traditions for a great long time. And that's what we see in the lead up to the what's called the New Sith Wars, the lead up to the Ruusan Reformation, and that's what we see with Darth Krayt and One Sith in the Legacy comics and Legacy of the Force series. Those the sort of late post Endor EU. Don't worry, we'll find a way to stop the Sith.
Well, I hope you're right. But the Republic hasn't been able to stop them so far, even with the support of the Jedi Council. I think Bastila may be the galaxy's last hope.
What can you tell me about this planet we're on?
Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers. But that was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is... well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls. Mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
Okay. Yeah, so the I still really like that even 4,000 years before the films, there is this deep and extensive and historical of lore to planets like this, that this is an ecumenopolis, like Coruscant. It's a city planet. But it has a long enough history to have degraded, even now. And this history carries forward through a lot of EU materials all the way up to the time of the films, at least the time of the Gilded Age of the Republic, the Rise of the Empire era, basically the prequels. I'd like to know more about you, Karth.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
Okay. Fine. The sooner we start looking for Bastila, the sooner we find her. Let's go.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Okay, what do we got? We have things. Packs, computer spikes. I don't remember if there's an inventory management system in this game. I don't think so. I think inventory is just unlimited. At least I hope. Right, workbench. Let's see what we got. I can upgrade that. Okay. I'm not going to use it yet, but I can. Okay. Let's go. You must select which party members you want to take. Since it's the first time, you'll have to take Karth. I was going to take Karth, so Karth it is. Uh-oh. I hope it doesn't freeze. Okay, no, we're good. We're loading.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody, get up against the wall. This is a raid. That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Great. Loma.
Oh!
Got him. This isn't the first time the Sith have come in here to cause trouble for us, but hopefully it'll be the last. By the way, do you guys want me to read the alien language subtitles or no? Because I can do that out loud if you want. I'm in a habit of not doing it, and there are going to be a fair deal of them. I suspect it was as a way of kind of cutting down on resources, like less voice acting you have to do, but I'll read it if you guys want. Won't someone come searching for this patrol? We're gonna move him so it looks like they killed us. That should throw the Sith off the track. With any luck, they won't be bothering us again for a while. Alright. Bunch of stuff. Hello. Who's this guy? Is this guy lootable? An officer? No? Guess not. Okay, fair enough. Oh, okay. Kevin. No, you don't. I know you don't speak it, because that's not what the language is called. It's called Durese. Yes, I know things. Do you speak Twi'lek? I think it's actually just called Twi'lek. But if so, I can also leave that. Anyway. Pleased to meet you, Lareem. My name is Hain Char. I know it's none of my business, but you look like someone who might need to purchase one of those new energy shields. They're the latest thing, you know, very high tech. What's so great about these energy shields? Blocks blaster bolts, basically. It's pretty cool. They're not perfect, they burn out eventually.
And I can tell you from experience that they aren't any good at all against a simple vibroblade. That's why the Republic has been training soldiers in hand-to-hand and melee combat.
So it's Dune, basically. They have shields that deflect blaster bolts until they run out of energy. But they are also kind of expensive and single use, so they're not usually used for like all frontline soldiers. And then also, this is why melee combat is actually useful to any degree. Where'd this technology come from? I've heard rumors of the Achani using shields like this, but I never saw anything like them around here. Not until the Sith came, where they discovered the technology is anybody's guess. The shields are too rare and too expensive to hand out to an entire army, like I said. But a shielded strike team could take out a whole battalion of soldiers armed with conventional blasters. They gave the Sith a huge edge in early battles, but it wasn't long before the Republic was able to copy the technology and come up with energy shields of their own. Okay. Now both sides are scrambling to come up with new weapons to slice right through the shields. But until they do, they're going to see melee combat coming back to the forefront of this war. Alright, sounds good. I'm all good. Okay, well then, you might be interested in knowing I have one for sale. It isn't cheap, but it could be the difference between life and death. You want to see what I have in stock? I know my kiosk isn't much to look at, but my prices are reasonable and merchandise is sound. You mentioned something about illegal... I'm gonna stop reading this. Kevin says, I tried to learn Huddies and Mandalorian at one point, like 15 years ago, but we gave it up because I wanted to date girls. Well, that's a good reason, I guess. It's a good reason, I guess. As far as I know, Huddies isn't a fully developed language. It only has really limited vocabulary, and it just borrows grammatical structures from other places. As far as Mandalorian, there is a good bit of it. It's not complete. It's not a complete, living kind of language. But there's a lot more to it. It's somewhere... as far as I know, there isn't a language in Star Wars that's equivalent to, either of Tolkien's Elvish or Star Trek's Klingon, but I think Mandalorian is close enough to, as far as degree of completion, I think it's around the same as, Vulcan. We're going to analogize it to, Star Trek languages, real-world structures. There, that's good, because I was about to invent a way to punch you through the monitor. Don't punch the monitor. You only have two, and one doesn't work well. You mentioned something about illegal aliens living here. Basically, they don't let aliens, non-humans, in the upper city.
On Chubanjishka Yankee, Titoke Gratun kun Chichakun King Kachachonobra, Bogra wala no Dumbacha, Nechi Chuna Chubaching Lorda Itakun. We tam Boragatong, Mulira Shangturung ni na potata Twangachun Dize.
So I'll add to this while he's talking. I'll talk over him a little bit. It's relatively easy to notice when this game was made in 2003. Because a lot of the terminology was very big then. So illegal aliens type, that just the phrase illegal alien was a big deal in the very early noughties. And a little bit further than that, but it was just catching on, politically speaking. And then there's elements of human supremacy that we see here that winds up finding its way into anything that calls itself an empire ever. Haven't said, oh yeah, Karen Travis did a lot for the Mando culture and language. Yeah. Her books on in the, was it Fate of the Jedi series? No. Legacy of the Force. Yeah, it was Legacy of the Force. It's the one where Jaina, Han Leia's daughter, trains with Mandalorians to learn to fight Jedi effectively so that she can fight Jason, her brother who turned to the dark side. Spoilers, I guess? It's an old book. They're great. It's a fantastic series. I really love the Del Rey era, sort of the New Jedi Order and forward, sort of late 90s forward. There's a lot to love there in the old EU books. I never got into Legacy, the comic series, the ones that were set a couple hundred years in the future. I never got into those, really. But I went all the way through the end of the EU, which was Fate of the Jedi, with Abeloth and Ben Skywalker's and big titty Sith GF that Luke was surprisingly okay with. Aren't you worried about getting caught? Tyr's authorities pretty much turned a blind eye to the place. A few illegal aliens weren't worth the bother. Once the Sith took over, they felt the same way. But they just don't bother. I don't live by myself. I just run a small business providing supplies to the residents. Okay. It says Legacy of the Force and, of course, the Republic Commando series. Yeah, true. She wasn't solely responsible for Legacy of the Force. That was one of those really, really good joint projects. But her books were primarily about the Mandalorians and about Jaina. And they were very good. They were some of the best. She's one of my favorite Star Wars authors. I really like... God, who's the other guy who did... It was one of the guys who did the New Jedi Order series. The one who focused on Jedi a lot. Who focused on, like, Cornhorn, Kip Duran, Silgal, a lot of the Jedi who were out doing missions and things. Those kind of stories were really, really good in the New Jedi Order series. It's been a long time since I read those. That might actually be my favorite book series, my favorite Star Wars book series. Although Fate of the Jedi has some competition because of the Luke-Ben dynamic, the father-son thing, the father-son Jedi dynamic thing. And also, Luke is an unstoppable badass. Like, he fights through and beats the living hell out of, like, a couple of dozen Sith Lords. Ridiculous. Let me see what you get for sale. No problem. Have a peek. Alright. Ion Blaster. Repeating Blaster. Shield? Can I afford a shield? Ooh, barely. Barely. It's gonna be handy, though. Yeah, I gotta buy it. Yeah. I have 11 credits. Sell. What do I want to sell? Clothing? Costs nothing, so no. Longsword? Costs 2. Can sell one of these. Yeah. A longsword, so one of those. One of these. That'll work. MJ Anderson? I like James Luceno. He's not what I'm thinking of. I think it was Kevin J. Anderson. I'm trying to remember. It's been, like I said, it's been a good long time since I've read the New Jedi Order series.
No problem. Got it.
Let's break into someone's apartment. Hi.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's home.
But you mean this isn't an RPG? Ah, sorry, I was just investigating the area.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Drew Carpenter? No, I'm not thinking of it wasn't Drew Carpenter. His stuff's okay. Never my favorite, though. It might have been James Luceno that I was thinking of. Because it was, I don't remember if it was the same one that I really, really loved from the X-Men series, too. I don't remember. I have it's been, like I said, it's been forever. I would like to get back to reading the X-Wing series at some point when I have the spare time to read novels, which I won't ever. But who knows? Like I said, my current docket of fiction reading is I want to finish The Lord of the Rings again. Been a good 10 years since I've done that. And then I want to read the Wheel of Time series, because if Amazon was able to bastardize that series so thoroughly, it must have been good from the start for them to have so thoroughly destroyed it. So it's on my list. I haven't read it before. Holden, who's that?
Just one of Darvik's men who can't keep his hands to himself. But all he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
No, Michael A. Stackpole. Yes, I love Michael A. Stackpole. He does great... He does really, really good, like, military stuff. Oh my gosh. Like, they all have, like, one or two favorite characters that they like to really play with. Stackpole really likes, Cornhorn. He really likes Wedge Antilles. He really likes Tycho Selchu. To the point where, like, you can tell who's writing which books by which characters just randomly pop back up for no good reason. It's great. What do you mean, paying the price?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
I did just break into your front door. You can trust me. Maybe I can help.
Well, I suppose you seem like an all-right sort. When I cut Holden, it made him back off, but it also embarrassed him in front of his friends. Holden's a spiteful little hut slug. He went and put out a bounty on my head for what I did. That's why I'm hiding out here.
Oh. I love how dark side you can go with this so quickly. And how Karth... I don't think he cares right away. Is there anything I can do to help?
I doubt it. Holden is one of Darvik's men. When you work for the local crime lord, the authorities tend to turn a blind eye. I'm afraid this is between me and Holden now.
Maybe I can speak to Holden for you.
You could try, I guess. He usually hangs out at the cantina in the lower city. It probably won't do any good. Holden's used to getting his own way. That's one of the fringe benefits of being a goon for Darvik. Working for the local crime lord lets you get away with things. Still, I appreciate the offer.
Alright, I'll be going now.
Goodbye and good luck. I hope you can talk some sense into Holden.
Alright, so yeah, I'd love to do that. So here's another thing. This is all something we should keep in mind. That there's a great deal of,
No problem.
There's a great deal going on in this game, on Taurus, that may or may not make any difference whatsoever later on.
Pudu, tunirama na praka donko searcha chupapanki.
And on that note, yeah, a lot of what you do here winds up having absolutely no impact whatsoever on the rest of the story of the game. Like, literally none. Which...
No problem. Got it.
A lot of people complain about the introduction to KOTOR 2, that it's really slow, it's really plotting, it's really boring, there's not a lot of character interaction stuff. Okay, maybe, that's fine. This intro is much worse. It's much more elaborate, there's a lot more going on, but it has so little impact as to be entirely meaningless. It drives me insane. I guess I'm robbing this guy now? Sure, I suppose. He doesn't mind. And like I said, ultimately, it winds up not mattering at all. Yeah, well, we'll see about all that.
No problem. Got
it. But yeah, that is a thing that bothers me quite a great deal about the introduction to this game, is the sort of narrative disconnect with the rest of it. Kevin loves Ithorians. Yeah, I kind of do too. They're really cool. They play a much bigger role in KOTOR 2 than they did in 1. There's a much bigger role that Ithorians play in KOTOR 2. 1, the really weird species are the Madan. Okay. Hey, Sith troopers. Hey, woman. Hey, man. Hey, a cool statue. Cool floating statue. I kind of dig it. What's all this now? Salvage droid on escape pod. Salvage droids are busy scanning and scavenging the remains of this Republic escape pod. Was this ours? Excuse me, ma'am.
People complain about the Sith, but this quarantine is good for all the businesses on Terrace.
Something seems to be bothering Karth. Maybe you should speak to him and see if you can get him to open up about it. Okay. Sure. I hate this. I hate this mechanic. It's just like, hey, Karth wants to talk to you, but he's gonna say I don't want to talk about it, like, right now. Ready? 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 Because here we go.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Hold on. I'm freezing a little bit. Also, Kevin, I really loved the Ithorian Jedi in the Clone Wars microseries. The one who does like the Force scream and knocks Grievous back. That was badass. I'd like to know some more about you, Karth.
Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malak's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
Eric says he doesn't want to talk about it so much, he's trying to sabotage the game. Yeah, he's glitching us. You're talking about it like it's your fault, like you failed somehow.
It shouldn't be my fault. I did everything I could. I followed my orders and did my duty. That shouldn't mean I failed them. I didn't.
Them? You mean the people of your homeworld?
Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense, am I?
Mm-mm.
You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later.
Okay. That was kind of harsh, but alright. Okay. Ebla's shop.
Hello there. I haven't seen you in my shop before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kebla Yurt. Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. You looking to buy some supplies? My shop's the largest one in all of Upper Terrace. Best selection on the planet. Whatever you need, I've got. Well, mostly.
Mostly? What do you mean by that?
The Sith confiscated all my heavy weapons, and they impounded all my ships and swoop bikes. But I've still got a real nice selection, if you're interested.
I want to ask you some questions.
Anything I can do to help a potential customer out. What do you want to know?
You know anything about these escape pods that crashed here on Taurus?
I heard a couple of pods crash down in the Undercity. I bet the crash sites have already been stripped clean by the Sith, though. Unless the swoop gangs or Davik's men got there first.
Also, an Ithorian Jedi, Kevin says, nearly killed Darth Bane with Bane's own lightning. I forgot about that. Right. Swoop gangs? What can you tell me about that?
I don't have anything good to say about those swoop gangs. Zooming around on their swoop bikes, terrorizing the lower city like a bunch of animals. Things weren't so bad when the hidden Becks were running the show. But ever since the rise of the Black Vulcar gang, the lower city has been nothing short of a war zone. The Sith haven't even bothered trying to maintain order down there. And I heard a rumor that Davik's own people are having problems with the Black Vulcars now.
I'm trying to remember if both of these came back in the MMO in the Old Republic, like 300 years later, more, maybe it's 600 years later. I know the hidden Becks do. They're back, and they're relevant. I don't remember if the Black Vulcars do or not. What do you know about Davik?
Oh, Davik's a legitimate businessman, if you get my drift. Smuggling, slaving, extortion. They say he's a member of the Exchange, you know, the big intergalactic criminal organization.
I've heard of the Exchange. Bad organization to cross. But if anyone has blockade-breaking ships, however, it's them.
I have to pay him a protection fee every month, but it's reasonable. And I get most of my inventory through Davik and his suppliers. I'm just smart enough not to ask where it came from, you understand?
Is Davik working with the Sith?
Davik hates the Sith as much as anybody. The quarantine has put a real dent in his operations, too. But he's keeping a low profile as long as the occupation lasts. Davik stays out of the way, and the Sith don't bother him. The swoop gangs could learn a thing or two from this tidy little arrangement, instead of always going after each other.
I'll be going now. That's
Good
all.
day to you, then. Remember to come back to my shop if you ever need any supplies.
I will take a look.
Welcome to the equipment.
Let's see.
Just so you know, the prices on the items are final. No bargaining here. This isn't a swap meet, okay? I only deal in top-notch stuff.
Sorry. Oh, that's too expensive. Cheap, but no. Too expensive. Medium armor. Oof. That's nice. Armor crate detonator. I need one of those for something. So I'm gonna get it. Forget what it is, but I need one of those. Okay. Alright, let's move right along. Oh, this is the Sith base, isn't it? Oh no, that's the cantina?
Don't bother me. I'm here on official Sith business.
Okay, so... Cantina. Huh. One of these is the Sith base.
Hello there, youngster. You interested in buying the Pazak deck of an old man looking to get out of the gambling game? Just 50 credits and I'll sell you all my cards. I'll even throw in a free lesson to boot. It's a great deal, if you can afford it.
You're giving up gambling? Why?
Don't get me wrong. The game's been good to me over the years. I've traveled the span of the galaxy, from the core worlds to the farthest reaches of the Outer Rim. I've won countless fortunes, and lost countless more. But that was long ago, and things have changed. Gambling is a young man's game. That's why I'm looking to get out. My offer still stands. 50 credits gets you my old Pazak deck and a free lesson. A great offer if you can afford it.
Yeah.
Glad to see you're interested in the grand old game. The rules are pretty simple. Here,
Is with blackjack.
I'll load them up into your data pad so you can check them out anytime you want. Good luck. I hope the game's as good to you as it was to me. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
No. No, that'll be all. We'll play Pazak at some point.
Of course.
It's fun.
No sense in a youngster like you wasting your days away with an old man in a dingy bar. But if you ever want to chat, you know where to find me.
It's a fantastic little minigame. I love it.
What do you want? Have you come here just to bother me, or do you wish to test yourself against the best Pazak player on Taurus?
Who are you?
My name is Niklos. I'm the unofficial champion of the Pazak circuit here on Taurus. If you don't mind losing your wager, we could play a few hands.
Yeah, why not? I'll give it a shot.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
Let's put our wager down a lot to just one, because I assume we're going to lose. Oh, that's our full deck. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, if you look, we're each trying to get to 20, exactly 20, without going over. Each turn, you can end, and then they draw a card, and then you'll draw a card next turn. Or, you can play one of your side deck cards. And then either stand, or they'll go. And that can bump you up to exactly the right number you want, if it's a 1, 4, 5, 5, etc. So, he's apparently quite good at this. So let's see. Ooh, jeez. All right. There we go. All right, we tied that set. Why do I get the feeling this guy cheats? Oh my god. This isn't great. Okay, and... Oh, jeez. Alright, let's risk it. Damn. Lost that. Lost a hand. Nothing we can do there. There are minus cards you can get eventually, too. Just to clarify. Which is what he did initially. Which is why he wasn't cheating. Damn. We do not have a good enough deck for this. There we go. 1-1. Nice. 2-1. We're in the lead. We're losing. Let's see how this goes. Ooh. 19 is good. Ah! Darn. That's dumb. Okay. Alright, we won. Oh my god, we might win. Holy crap, we might actually win this. I'm just gonna load my last save? No, why? Why bother? Like, you're expected to lose this one. I assume he cheats. Wait, no. Really? Oh!
You were lucky to win the last match, but luck is no substitute for skill in Pazak. If you are foolish enough to play me again, I won't repeat the mistake of underestimating you.
Nope, not now. No.
If you ever wish to test yourself against the best Pazak player on Taurus, you know where to find me.
That was luck. That was luck. I thought that was scripted to lose. I thought he cheated, honestly.
I saw your match against Niklos. He doesn't lose very often. Ooh. I bet you could make a lot of credits as a professional Pazak player. You know, you're my kind of guy, rich and handsome, just the way I like them. Why don't we slip away to the tap room together? The bartender can mix us up something special for only 20 credits. If you play your cards right, Pazak might not be the only game you get lucky at tonight.
Stop it. Stop it. Sorry, not interested.
What's the matter, you shy? Suit yourself. I'll be here if you change your mind, just waiting for a nice, rich Pazak player to come along.
Be gone, thought. Alright, let's see. Yeah.
Hi there. I haven't seen you around before. Of course, they don't give us Sith officers from the military base much time off.
Oh. Oh, Kevin confused Pazak with Sabak. Yeah, they're really similar. The mechanics are really different, but I think I don't think they ever coexisted side by side. I don't think. Like, canon-wise, it's canonically speaking, I think Pazak was an old Republic thing, whereas Sabak only really developed later on. Something like that. Also, yeah, Erica, I think you're right. Sounds like she's going to drug you and leave you without your kidneys in an ice bath. Yeah, probably. We'd be very lucky to have an ice bath, honestly. You're from the military base. You don't look like one of the Sith.
I'm off duty right now, so I'm not in uniform. My name is Sana, junior officer, first class with the Sith Occupation Force.
That sounds like Azula. I'm pretty sure that's the same voice actress as Azula. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Sinister British female is kind of an archetype, so Nice to meet you, Sarna. I'm going to use my real name.
I'm actually a little surprised you're talking to me at all. Most of the people here on Taris can't stand us Sith. It can make this job pretty lonely.
Do I need to put the bonk screen back up? I didn't expect to need the bonk screen this early in the game, but maybe. You're just doing your job, right? I don't hold that against you. Even though you should, but...
That's true, but people don't appreciate what we've done for them. We could have slapped a curfew on this whole planet, but we didn't. You know, it's like everyone on this backwater planet is in a permanent bad mood. Don't they know we have to make the best of things?
Everybody has their ups and downs. It's how you deal with them that counts.
Exactly, it's all about attitude. I didn't ask to be assigned to this backwater planet, but I try to make the best of it. It's pretty easy to get depressed on an assignment like this, but we do what we can to keep our spirits up.
You need to blow off steam once in a while.
That's true. It's nice to meet someone who understands what I'm going through. It's good to talk about this stuff. It gets pretty lonely up at the military base. I have to get going soon. I've got a shift at the military base, but some of us junior Sith officers are having a party tonight to blow off some steam. I'd really like to see you again. Why don't you drop by the party? I'll show you where it is on your map.
Sounds good. I'll be there. I have a feeling that this is going to work out well. Oh, Kevin, you love the bonk screen? Yeah, good. It's, I have a whole selection of Star Wars bonk memes, and I think this is the closest one to a good one. I've got the other one I was considering, I might switch between them, is Obi-Wan instead of Mace Windu.
Don't be late. We're starting right after our shifts end. Most of us won't even be going back to the base to lock up our uniforms. I look forward to seeing you there.
I just have a feeling that that's going to be a useful thing to do. Okay, greetings, random citizen.
No hard feelings, my good man, but I can't really talk with you right now. It's difficult enough to draw the interest of the ladies in this establishment as it is. Surely
Really?
you understand what I'm talking about. I'd guess you've experienced many lonely evenings. Something I'm hoping to avoid tonight.
I just got 2 propositions, bro. Step up your game. Or actually, you know, probably don't. Don't step up your game. It's embarrassing.
Well, the band's pretty good, but I'm getting a little sick of them. If it wasn't for the Sith quarantine, maybe we could get somebody new in here to play.
Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon no ba muladraki chichon.
Kevin says, hey, you can literally make Sith spawn. I don't think that's technically what that means, but close enough, I guess. I think Sith spawn technically refers to...
I can't believe we couldn't get arena tickets for this match! Now we'll have to watch the duel on the view screen.
Like the Reds.
Who cares?
Red people with
It's
tentacles.
Duncan and Gurlon fighting. It's not like we're gonna miss anything good.
Shh, they're about to start, so quit complaining and just watch the view screen.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I draw your attention to the dueling ring. Here, 2 combatants will battle for your viewing and gambling enjoyment. Now, I hope all your bets are down because we're ready to roll. In this corner, I give you Gurlon 2 Fingers. And over here, looking to climb the ranks yet again, is the ever-persistent Deadeye Duncan.
Oh.
And to nobody's great
Oh, no.
surprise, Deadeye is down again. Don't worry, folks. He's just unconscious. As usual, our medics will have him up and about in a bit. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? So I give you the winner, Gurlon 2 Fingers.
Maybe we should do this. Maybe, on the other hand, we should wait a little while until we level up a bit. But we'll see. I mean, we might as well give it a try, right? Sorry, human. The betting mode is closed. No more fights. business. You want to step into the dueling ring? Could be profitable. What's in this for me? I arrange for you to fight. If you win, you get the standard contract, 10% of wagers. Nobody dies in the dueling ring anymore. That matches are over. Most fighters in the dueling range use vibroblades or stun sticks. It's pretty small, but a few duelists use blasters.
Vibroblades and blasters? And nobody ever dies? How come I get the feeling you're trying to take us for a ride?
The ring has an energy suppressor field, so that's pretty cool. Weapons are limited, so they hurt but don't kill. Got a medic droid. Yeah, I'll do it, but not more than 10%. Oh, okay. Everyone. Alright, I'll do it for 2%. Like Ice or Deadeye or Twitch. Good nicknames. Now I get named the Mysterious Stranger. Mysterious Stranger. I like it. You've no past, no history. It makes you seem big, dark secret. People like that, isn't it?
This is for the best. We could use those credits from these duels, but using your real name is too risky. The Sith might have come across a crew manifest back on the Endar Spire.
I can't believe he has hair animation. It's incredible. Yeah, I'm ready for dueling Deadeye. Death matches are legal. Fight Duncan Deadeye. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen him lose night after night after night, but this time he's after fresh. And in the other corner, a relative newcomer to the terrace dueling scene, emerging from the shadows with no history, no past, and no name. The Mysterious Stranger!
Kevin says the hut's killing you. What's up with the hut? Let's do a frag grenade, then a sniper shot. Really? Ow! That hurt, I bet. There we go. I got him anyway.
It's over! The fight is over! The Mysterious Stranger has won! But really, are any of us surprised? Deadeye losing isn't news. You have to do better than that to impress us, stranger!
Alright, sweet. Alright, we got experience points. We also leveled. And is there a way of just healing without having to, like, use a med pack? Oh, the laughing. It's the simple sense of humor. Yeah, I mean, Hut's laughing is just generally funny. I haven't decided whether I'm actually going to level up before I get access to Jedi levels. A bunch of Sith. Donna Lavin. It's her again, isn't it?
Where did you get those clothes? A trash compactor in the lower city? And where are those drinks we ordered?
Sorry, I'm not your waiter.
Careful what you say. I get the feeling this spoiled brat could cause us more trouble than she's worth.
Why is the help here so incompetent? One word from Daddy and I could get you fired.
I'm sorry, don't get upset. I'll go get that drink.
That's better. Now, hurry up with our order.
And here are your drinks, Miss Lavin. I apologize for the delay.
Okay, that was silly.
Terrace isn't such a bad place.
Do I know you? No? Then why are you speaking to me?
Alright, well, fancy people. Alright. I think that's all for now here. Oh wait, this is the... This way's out. This way's out. Alright, let's get out of here for now. Sure, we're gonna come back here. I know. I have a level up available. I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm thinking about it. Genuine question though. What do you guys, anybody have thoughts on this? Whether I should do the whole, like, just wait until I get Jedi levels. What's going on here?
Davik says you missed your last payment.
Here, I've got 50 credits, a down payment. That should buy me some time, right?
Sorry, you're out of time. Now it's all or nothing. Davik can't have people not paying his debts.
But I don't have that much. How can I give you credits I don't have? No! Help! Somebody help! They're going to kill me!
I know we have to be careful about drawing attention to ourselves, but are we gonna just let them drag this guy off?
Hold on a second. Looks like we got ourselves a witness here.
Aquilish also set off my simple humor. They're weird, like, bug people. They're strange. And they're almost always bad guys. I don't like your attitude. Better teach you a lesson.
That hurt a bit.
Really?
Thank you.
Okay.
I owe you my life. Those bounty hunters are going to take me away and kill me. My wife warned me not to take a loan from Davik. Now I can't pay him back. It's not good to owe a crime lord money. He'll just keep sending more bounty hunters after me till I'm dead.
I'm just glad I can help.
I'm getting out of here before any more of Davik's goons show up. You should do the same.
Okay. Get some experience. Do we get light side points from that? Or no? If not, I'm honestly surprised. Probably would have. Where to? Over there, maybe? What's this? Medical facility, huh? Alright. Gurney.
Can't you see I'm busy with my duties? Go talk to Zelka if you need something.
Oh, okay. Who's Zelka? That's Zelka, okay.
I see from your appearance that you're an off-worlder. Still, you're welcome here. I'll not have it said that Zelka Foreign refused to help somebody just because they weren't a citizen of Taris. Do you require healing or medical supplies? I can treat almost any injury or ailment right here at the medical facility. Except the rat ghoul disease, of course.
Rat ghoul disease? What's that?
The terrible affliction has plagued Taris for many generations. It is spread by the rat ghouls, horrible monsters that live in the Undercity below Taris's great skyscrapers. Prolonged exposure to the Undercity breeds the disease, and those infected will eventually mutate into rat ghouls themselves, becoming mindless beasts that feed on the flesh of others.
Is there no cure?
There is no antidote for the disease, though I heard the Republic scientists at the military base here on Taris were close to perfecting a cure. Then the Sith arrived. They overran the military base, and now they refuse to allow anyone access to the laboratories inside. The Sith are keeping all the serum for the patrols they send into the Undercity. If I could just get my hands on a sample of that serum, the rat ghoul disease could be wiped from the face of Taris forever. But I don't see how that's going to happen.
Maybe I could find a way to get my hands on the serum for you.
I don't see how anyone could get their hands on that serum. The military base is crawling with Sith guards. Breaking in there would be a suicide mission. I suppose the Sith patrols in the Undercity might have a sample of the serum on them, if they hadn't already used it because of a rat ghoul infection. But I doubt a patrol would just hand the serum over, and nobody is stupid enough to attack one of the Sith patrols, even in the Undercity.
Nobody but me. Don't worry, Zelka. I'll get the serum for you.
Please, don't say that. If the Sith hear you, they might think I'm suggesting you start attacking their patrols. They could shut me down. I only mentioned the serum because you asked. I don't actually expect anyone to get me the serum. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Let me see what you
got. Of course. Just step over here and I'll show you what I have in stock. My prices are very reasonable. Just what I need to keep this facility operating.
All right. I do need some of these. I'll get one. Okay. What's this?
No problem. Got it.
Oh.
What are you doing? Don't go in there. That door is for employees only.
Well, hello there. Yeah, I recognize these men. They're Republic soldiers.
You recognize these soldiers? But how? Unless you're a friend of the Republic.
It's the disease the Galactic Empire used for Project Blackwing. Probably not, but plausible in the old lore. No. It was... Because it did show up again, like, twice in the sort of original trilogy post-Endor era, the ABY era. And it had to do with the Myrrh Talisman, which was the ancient Sith sorcery source of the thing, of the plague. It shows up a bunch in Old Republic era stuff. It shows up especially in the Old Republic in the MMO. There's periodic outbreaks on just random planets that you have to deal with. It's a sort of rotating event kind of thing. Oh gosh, excuse me. But no, Project Blackwing, that was the Death Troopers thing, right? That was something else. That was its own... Oh god, I forget the origin of that. I think it was Sith alchemy, because I think the Emperor was directly involved in it, but I don't remember. I don't think it was directly related to the Rackles. The Rackle Plague. I'm a friend of the Republic, you can trust me.
I guess I better tell you what's going on. I only hope the Sith don't find out what I've done. Since the space battle overhead, people have been secretly bringing in these Republic soldiers who crash-landed on the planet. I had to take them in. What choice did I have? Their injuries are terrible. Most won't survive. But at least I can make their last days more comfortable. And at least here they're hidden away from the Sith.
Well, for that you have my thanks. It's good to know that at least some of these men ended up in compassionate hands.
I hate to imagine what the Sith would do if they discovered these soldiers here. But since their initial questioning, the Sith have not returned, so it may be my fears are unfounded.
Anything I can do to help?
I'm afraid there's nothing more anyone can do for these soldiers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should return to the front in case anyone comes in needing medical attention.
Alright, gain light side points. Nice. Anything I can do in here? No? Okay.
Psst, you there. Wait a minute. I need to talk to you about the Rackul serum. I've got an offer for you might want to hear.
An offer? What are you talking about?
Zelka isn't the only one who wants to get his hands on the Rackul serum. Davik Kang will pay you 10 times what Zelka can if you can get the cure.
By the way, I think it might be, like, there might be Benadryl o'clock. And it's starting to get a little bit more congested and more allergy. So, if I suddenly fall asleep, I'll probably be okay. So that means the stream's over, basically. Who knows? We may end early, we may go to midnight. No promises. That it is now, as soon as I take this race against time to see if the stream ends first or my wakefulness ends first. So. Why does Davik want the cure so badly?
Davik's interested in anything that can turn a profit. He could make a fortune selling the serum to anyone infected with the disease. Not like Zelka, who'll practically give it away.
I'd love to do both. Like, here's the thing. This is a point about price gouging, or so-called price gouging, and I'll link an article about price gouging in the description below. It's the first thing I have written down for in the description. We're 2 hours in. Wow. But that kind of pricing, that what you would probably reasonably call predatory pricing, exploiting extremely high demand and a monopoly is impossible in the mid to long term, unless the secrets of production methods are kept perfectly secret, which is basically impossible because any dose of the cure can be reverse engineered, as we've had explained. So, like, if Davik gets the cure, then Zelka can also get the cure from Davik and pay a little bit more for it. Or we can just get 2 doses of it, sell it to Davik for a ton of money, get another one and sell it to Zelka. And in that case, right, we have Davik, who is trying to artificially increase pricing by limiting supply. And then, by contrast, though, Zelka can then come in and undercut him, get closer to production cost. And so this is what happens. Naturally, what happens is price gradually goes down to meet, to gradually reduce margins until it's barely marginally productive. In a purely free market, it would be marginal profit rates would be as close to zero as possible for any product. The product that would actually get market. However, 2 things. One, this is for some reason assuming that we can only give the cure to one or the other of them and not the other. Right? The other's left out in the cold, so to speak. And this is also assuming that there exists a mid to long term to concern ourselves with. That's not guaranteed in this situation for a lot of reasons that we'll get to eventually. What if I tell Zelka you're helping Davik get the cure?
I'll just deny it. Who's Zelka gonna believe? Me or some off-world stranger? Now be smart about this. You'll get a better deal selling to Davik.
Keep the offer in mind. We're probably gonna give it to Zelka, but so.
And then only the rich could afford the cure. Just let the poor suffer, right?
If you find the Rakghoul serum, just take it to Zax in the lower city bounty office. He works for Davik. He'll pay you what that cure is really worth.
I mean, we need the credits, but I don't know. The other thing that's really worth noting is, like I've said before. No, he is not. He is not. He's not.
Yes.
Anyway, all of this is assuming that there is a medium to long term to concern ourselves with, and that's not necessarily the case. Clinic, Upper City, apartments, City Cantina. Oh, the other Upper City, the other part of the Upper City. Let's go there. This is a nice city. Like the design and such, the aesthetic design at least. It's a very small area, though. Honestly, it's kind of cramped. It's unfortunate, but it's again limits to game design from 2003, of course. All right, let's see. The door. Is this the width of the Sith base? No, more apartments. Alright, well, let's check this out while we're here. I think tonight we're going to wind up exploring the upper city parts.
Got it.
Maybe the sort of middle, the lower city. Not the undercity, though. Hey there. How's everyone?
I remember when a person didn't have to worry about thieves rummaging through their home.
Don't hurt my family. Look, just take what you want and get out.
I'm not robbing, I'm just breaking into your house.
My mama says I have to stay out of the lower city. That's where the
Yeah, good advice. Stay out of the lower city. Oh, hey, it's Sarna.
Hey, you made it. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to show. The party's in full swing. Come on in. You have to try this Teresian ale. It's fantastic. We should have conquered this planet ages ago.
Careful, Sarna. That wine's got quite the kick. A couple more bottles and we'll all be passed out on the floor.
Who cares? We're not on duty tomorrow. Let's live a little. Come on, drink up.
That outfit shows so sharp it could pierce the hull of an Empire-class battleship. Hey, look. They're all unconscious. Take their stuff. Cool. Now we can sneak in. That was really stupid. I love it. Yep. No, she's out. Like a light. Let's see what else we got. Okay, some things. Oh my gosh, what is that? And
I wonder if any of those Republic space pods survived crash landing in the Undercity.
I need to study biology. Anyway. Like David Hume. Anyway, I also, on which I do hope that my video today was to some degree informative. Informative, interesting, bringing a new, useful perspective to the matter. Because, like I've said, I think that it's relatively clear, just looking at looking both historically and in terms of the history of ideas, and then also looking theoretically.
No problem.
It seems to me,
got it,
very clear that a lot of the roots of this trouble of defining what is a woman probably has a lot to do with David Hume and the rejection of essential nature, of natural essentialism, or formal essentialism, I guess I should say, and the rejection of teleology of final cause.
Please don't hurt me. You don't have to kill me. I'll have Davik's money if he just gives me a little more time. Please.
Who are you?
I don't want to die. Here, I've got 50 credits on me. That's all I've got. It's yours. Just don't tell Davik where I'm hiding, okay? I'm begging you.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you.
You mean you're not here to kill me?
No.
But I thought you were one of Davik's bounty hunters. If you're not here to kill me, what do you want?
Maybe I could help with your problem with Davik.
I don't think anyone can help me. I owe Davik money, and I was late with the payment. So he went to Zack's in the bounty office and put a price on my head. I've been hiding here ever since, but sooner or later someone will find me. Unless I somehow come up with another 200 credits. I'm a dead man.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone you're hiding here.
Thank you. You've saved my life.
I mean, temporarily.
At least until one of Davik's bounty hunters finds me.
Yeah, very temporarily saved your life. Alright. Onward. What's this? A door. Oh, that's the way out. We searched the whole area. Alright. Back out we go. Yeah, I know. I leveled. I understand that. Oh my gosh. Alright.
What is this planet coming to, huh? Slummy's just walking around the upper city.
Shouldn't you go to the lower cities where you belong, Slummy?
Oh, this is rich.
Yeah, like he said.
These streets are for upper city citizens. You better get out of the way if you know what's good for you.
Hey guys, we can all be friends here. Let me buy you another drink.
A drink? Hey! For a slummy, you ain't so bad. Come on, boys, this slummy's buying the next round.
No way, forget it. No more drinks. We're late enough as it is.
I mean, he's the smart one.
I guess you're right. Maybe next time, Slummy. Come on, fellas, let's go.
Wow. That was special. It's very special. What's going on here?
Listen to me, people. There is a terrible scourge sweeping our planet. Heed my warning before it is too late.
Let's see. What is it?
Friends and fellow humans, I bring you a warning. A warning of a great plague spreading across our planet. Please, listen to me. My name is Gorton Kolu. Will you join my cause? We must band together if we are to stop the spread of vermin and scum throughout Taris.
Hey, Phoenix. Good to hear from you. It says, and once more, booze brings the rich and the poor together. Absolutely. I love a nice, healthy drinking culture. But that is not a good example of, by the way. But a nice, healthy drinking culture can bring together people of any background under almost any circumstances. It's one of the many things. There's a lot of these things. There's not just alcohol and such. Not even just inebriating tendencies, that sort of thing. But it's one of those things that all cultures have in common. And it's one of those things that we can all sort of do together. And when we do something together, we wind up not fighting each other over it, or at least while we're doing it. Now we can then go back to resume fighting each other, but you know, it's something. And it's a temporary fix, but it's a fix nonetheless. Referring to the Sith?
I am speaking of the hideous-looking aliens who walk the world of Taris. The
Oh.
Wookiees and Ithorians and Rhodians and Bith, all of them. Listen, friend, for these are dark times. That is why I, Gorton Kolu, have formed the Anti-Alien League. The time has come for action. We cannot sit idly by while aliens blight our glorious planet.
Back off, you crazy kook. I don't have time for this.
You are like all the rest. You will not see the truth. On the day of reckoning, you will suffer with the rest of the alien lovers.
Come on, we should keep moving. Kook or no, people like him can make trouble for us.
There are only two romanceable alien companions. Actually,
The
is there even
evil
two?
walks among us. The enemy is here. We
There's
must
at least
act now
one
before we
romanceable
are
alien
overrun
companion,
with the
Juhani.
vermin invaders.
I don't know if Mission is romanceable. I really, really desperately hope not, because she's like 15. But you never know. So no, I'm not an alien lover. Yeah, racist patrolled. Yep, pretty much. It's really similar, and it's a similar issue that was covered, I think, probably better in Mass Effect. The sort of terra firma thing, where it is very clearly it's far more mixed in with nationalism, whereas this is very it's just racism, just speciesism. So it's relatively unsophisticated. In the Mass Effect context, you have terra firma, you have Cerberus, you have these human supremacist groups that are basically special interest groups for humanity and for the Systems Alliance. It's more complex and more nuanced, which is of course why I keep saying that Mass Effect 1 especially was a great spiritual successor to this game. What's over there? What's this? Words by Janice. Let's go over there first. But I've
Plague spreads through our streets.
I've talked about this sort of thing before
We cannot
as well.
sit idly by while this pops. And
I've mentioned both on streams and in an independent video The idea that speciesism, or that humanism, let's say, is really just bigger racism. That doesn't sound good. But it's really just a species of racism. It's just a species, so to speak. It's just blown up to a larger scale than we are used to in our world today of races being individual people, or individual people groups, or human people groups, different human peoples. Phoenix says, booze can stop the fighting long enough for Jesus to stop it longer. Amen. I mean, it's that wonderful, beautiful dual meaning of the body of Christ, or even the blood of Christ, if you want to go that way. If you want to consider the accidents, let's say, where the body of Christ is the Eucharist, is what we receive, but it's also what we become, and it's what we become part of. We integrate ourselves into the body of Christ. It's one of the most beautiful little short statements of doctrine that you can really put forward, especially for that unitive aspect to it. Welcome to Droid Supply Shop. New face, hard to come by. A lot of customers are also racist. Let's see what you have in stock. I know what they have against Twi'leks. I'm assuming there's two things. One, they're just racist, and two, they think you're probably sluts. Which, I mean, I understand why, but probably not fair in your case. Okay. Utility droids. What do they do? They make vehicle repairs, handy in a fight, small and tough with good firepower. Code breaker, security slicer. Don't do anything illegal. Let me see your droids. Rebuild T3H8 for 50. T3M4, but he's not for sale. Tell me about the top of the line T3M4.
Bonanakachu, Kicha Badwang, Wanga Kumkiba, Mulera, Kakin Shak Nawagawa, Muchashakapaka,
absolute top of the line, not for sale.
Noba Muladra
Custom job, holding for a buyer. Okay, let me see your inventory. Let's see. I don't actually need any of this stuff, because I don't have a droid. Do I have enough credits? I could buy that droid, this one. T3H8, but I'm not going to. I don't think I need it at the moment. I don't think so. Basically, it would be for an extra fill-in party member until I find the next few. I still haven't gotten a solid answer for any of you guys. What do you think? Should I go ahead and level up now, or should I keep waiting until I can do Jedi levels? It's after Taurus. Sith fighters. Nice. Fancy. Yeah, there's the exploit thing, basically. Where you can, if you can get through Taurus at level 2, you don't level up, and you can just put all of your levels into your chosen Jedi class. Which is mostly better. It doesn't give you the same number of skill points.
This elevator is off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. It's obvious from the way you're dressed that you're not one of the Sith patrols, so unless you have the authorization papers, you must move along.
Where can I get authorization papers?
If you were supposed to have them, you'd know where to get them. Now quit wasting my time and move along.
I mean, that's reasonable. I'll be going.
Move along, then.
We're gonna need some kind of disguise if we want to get past this guy.
Okay. That's easy. Alright, let's try the Sith base first. Kevin says wait. Alright, I'll try. If it honestly gets just too difficult and I have to level up, I'm not opposed to it. But we'll see. Phoenix says, I've never seen the exploit. If you reckon you're Chad, you should give it a shot. I've done it before. It's hard. It is actually really difficult. A lot of the combat, especially in the lower city, does get pretty hard. But hopefully it should be manageable. Okay. Yay! That was easy. Phoenix says it's very clever. Very clever to have people in Star Wars associate Twi'leks, the most trafficked species, with promiscuity. It's also a comment about how society mismanaged coerced prostitution. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's ultimately it's really kind of disturbing that is the trend. That's the actual the way that people understand it. Wow, that's actually really good. That's just strictly better. Oh no, that has a higher defense bonus. Okay, no, that is better. Never mind. With the energy shields. No. Karth's blaster pistol. No, nothing. He can wear the Sith armor, I guess. Sure, why not? I don't have anything better. Should have gotten him armor. Crap. All right, it's fine.
Sure.
It's also, I really like that they are, at least in new canon stuff, depicted as French. Like, their accent is very French, their culture is very French. It's a gang war. We don't need to know too much more about it. Each other up. Okay. But yeah, like, culturally speaking and politically speaking, they are very... Oops, not that. Nope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's bad. Run away! Kite them. Okay, we got him. Whew, that was rough. Okay. It's primarily they primarily have this sort of French characteristics and traits because they are, especially during the Clone Wars, they're modeled very, very clearly and very directly on the French Resistance. Because they're occupied. They're constantly being occupied by one side or the other. First, they're occupied by the Separatists. Then, when the war ends, they're occupied by the Empire. Immediately afterwards, and so it's a oof.
I'll avoid what I can. That hurt, I bet.
Yeah. Oh god, he's down. Okay, everyone leave. This is too tough. Maybe?
How'd you like that? Down you go!
There's one. Okay. But yeah, they have the issue with prostitution, but then also issues with issue with
yes.
with what we would probably. Things like military conquest as well. Alright. Vulcan base. Let's wait for the Vulcan base, shall we?
What? Yes?
Uh-huh.
Oh, nothing. Okay.
What?
I was worried that it would auto-level him, because he's not my main party member, but it doesn't. Those genocidal ethno-gangers are savage as, yeah. Yeah. Where to? Where's this? Where's this take me? To apartments. Sure, why not? Apartments are good. Man, it's actually looking like I'll make it to midnight. That was pathetic.
That hurt, I bet.
All right. Done. Yeah, thanks, security droid. That was helpful. Oh, hello. Okay. There's a lot of bad guys down here. Or at least hostiles. I don't know if I'd call them bad guys exactly, but certainly gangsters, hostiles, that sort of thing. And a completely useless security droid. Oh, hello.
God.
Got him. Anyway. Yeah, I do think that they do generally a pretty good job of most of the species, really. For making them interesting and complex.
How'd you like that?
He's got a shield. Can I switch? There we go. There's also some really cool stuff about about Twi'leks in general as well. That, like culturally speaking, like why are the males so often fat? Particularly the wealthy ones. Think of like Bib Fortuna. Think of Orn Free Taa, the senator in the prequels. The reason being that they have a very they have a sharing culture. So, like, specifically, they have this culture where they exchange gifts, primarily gifts of food, as a show of hospitality. And so the wealthier you are, the more gifts of food that you're going to be regularly exchanging. And what this means is that you're going to be eating a lot. So it is a sign, not necessarily a sign of wealth, but it's a sign of good social connections if you're grotesquely overweight. The Twisted Rancor Trio. What's that? Messages. No. Twisted Rancor Trio. Here we go. Logic puzzle time. Guts and Glory. Chronicle of the amazing story of the Twisted Rancor Trio. Work in progress. Origins of what would eventually become the most famous band in the galaxy are surprisingly humble. We have to figure out the order of the performance to turn on the holograms, basically. The brains behind the group, the manager Gilthos Uxaris, founded the trio to earn a date with the young singer named Elinda. The ploy worked, and Elinda became the first member of the band. Gilthos scrambled to find musicians to back her, and signed a Bith named Uja to be the lead musician. Soon after that, he signed Uja's brother Uji to complete the trio. The band struggled at first. Elinda was a fantastic singer, but Uja wasn't much of a musician. When Elinda threatened to quit, Gilthos fired Uja and signed another Bith named Lupa. Of course, this didn't go over well with Uja's brother, and Uji quit. Fortunately, Lupa knew another musician named Photo, who joined to replace Uji. Led by Elinda singing, the second incarnation of the Twisted Ranker Trio became quite popular on their homeworld of Taurus, eventually attracting the attention of local legitimate businessman, wink, Davik Kang. Davik asked Gilthos to bring his group in for a command performance. Gilthos agreed, realizing this could be the band's big break. Unfortunately, Elinda had heard certain unsubstantiating rumors about Davik Kang and his connections to the exchange. Fearing for her life, she refused to go to his estate to perform. Many felt that without Elinda singing, the band would crumble, but Gilthos came up with a brilliant plan to save the group by hiring Elinda's sister, Ashana, as the new lead singer on the eve of their scheduled appearance at Davik's estate. Gilthos knew he was taking a risk. If Ashana couldn't perform to Elinda's level, Davik's infamous temper could have dire consequences. However, if Ashana could match her sister's performance, then Davik was likely to sign the band to a big-time touring contract. It was a risk, but the Twisted Rancor Trio was founded on guts and glory. Okay, so Gilthos is first. So Gilthos, then Elinda. Gilthos, and then Elinda, then Uja, then Uji. Alright. Ashana, no. No, not that. Photo, no. Uji. Lupa. Uja. Elinda first. Okay, hologram. Then Uja, then Uji. Not photo. Ashana. That's the sister. Uji. Then was it photo first? Or what? Then Uja and Uji quit. Replaced them with Lupa, and then Photo. No, not desk. Phoenix says, I imagine dying of fat-related heart disease, such as hyperlipidemia, would be a sign of dying with honor in Twi'lek society. I have no idea. They're like semi-reptilian, so I don't actually know how that affects their biology. Yay, we did it! Johnny fiber armor. Swanky. Let's see if that's actually good for us. Probably not. Ooh. Oh yeah. No, it is. It's just better. Upgradable. Yeah, let's go with that. Then we'll go to Karth, to combat suit. That'll do it.
Yes?
Oh, and Karth needs a med pack. Karth needs another med pack.
Yes?
Hit points. I mean, I assume that's probably true. It is interesting to note that while it was in large part due to
got it.
So if we look at Bad Batch, anybody who's watched the Bad Batch, if you remember Orn Free Ta, there was a staged assassination attempt of Senator Orn Free Ta, where damn it, what's his name? Not Deadshot. What's the sniper's name in Bad Batch? The villain. Damn it. Gonna kill me. Anyway, he pretends to be an insurgent. Not pretends to be. He shoots from a ridge above where there are some insurgents, and it looks like he's trying to assassinate one Frita, but it hits him in the enormous fat sacks around his head, so he's not killed. He's just severely injured. So it actually has something of a practical purpose. What the hell is his name? Crosshair. Thank you. Jesus. Yeah, that, I guess the Benadryl's kicking in more than I thought. Man. Crosshair. Thank you. What are you doing in here? This place looks abandoned. Your business. Are you in some sort of trouble? You want to talk about it?
Tonghai tuam Gigi yumalit pa ang inkotu. Tolbada bung kwalya gando tenago chuchut. Kachi chuay thahaudunga. Yumalit takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chuay thahaudunga.
Oh, okay, so he has a bounty on him also.
Kachi chuay thahaudunga. Yinkin kuno bamul.
There's some way I can help you out of this mess. Sick of running? Make my stand right here. Maybe you can turn the tables? Have Davik eliminated? How about fake your own death?
You can
do it, just can't do it here. Maybe I can help. Davik needs to buy it. Massive explosion, he won't be suspicious when the corpse never goes up. Tell Davik they were the ones who set off the explosion to eliminate me. Oh, yeah, I have a permacrete detonator. Here you go. Sure. I knew I was going to make use of that. Okay, cool. Maybe leave, though, before you set it off, huh? Timer set. Oh, yeah, let's get the heck out of here. How about that? That big of an explosion. Oh, okay, got bigger. Cool. So now I can go I can go claim his bounty too, which is even more nice. Door. Where to? Lower City? That's where I came in. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Alright, off we go. Yes, I know, crosshair that snipers use in the scope. Yes, I'm aware. Alright, what is the Hidden Vex hideout? Or the other way? Let's try the other way first. Make sure we're not missing anything over here. We probably are. Javer's Cantina. Hidden back lookout. Let's check with this guy. Alright, cool. Let's go. Easy enough. Alright. You're right. Robot City Cantina? Yeah, Wait, basically he's selling cool custom Pizzazz cards. Alright, let's see. Ooh, +/-1 is badass, but it's way too expensive. +1 is 3. The plus or minus ones are the best, are by far the best cards. The minuses are good, but the plus or minus ones, the ones that are invertible, you can flip which way you're using it, are the best. +/-3. I'm gonna buy that one because I can afford it. plus or minus 6. I can afford that too. Barely, but I can afford it. I have no more credits. Phoenix said, a friend of mine told me today that the Jedi are like followers of Stoic philosophy, while Sith are more Nietzschean. What do you have as a philosopher think of that? I think that's probably largely correct. There's a little more to the doctrine of the Jedi than purely Stoicism. I've got a video on it comparing the light side and the dark side, the contrast between the light side and the dark side, to a more Christian framework. Specifically, each of their approach to death and the afterlife. Zach is Blackjack, Magic the Gathering combined together. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, I do think that that's largely correct. I think, yes, the Sith are very straightforwardly Nietzschean. But they are half of Nietzsche. They're part of Nietzsche. They are the part of Nietzsche that is the will to power, the political aspect of Nietzsche, more than the metaphysical aspect or anything like that. And the reason for that is that the other aspect of Nietzsche, the nihilism, the absurdity, and the radical freedom that gives rise to the sort of existentialist tradition, is not really carried through in the Sith. They are domineering, first and foremost. You see the more existentialist tradition, that following from Nietzsche, you see that more in the philosophy of Kreia, or Darth Treya, or whatever you want to call her, in the second Knights of the Old Republic game. The Sith themselves are tyrants. They obsess with power and control, and so therefore power and control slips away from them. That's been a point of mine. It's a great book. I'll see if I can find just the chapter that compares the Jedi philosophy to Stoicism. I don't remember where I have the book, but I got it around somewhere. Might be in the other room. It's probably in the other room. It's called Star Wars and Philosophy. It's part of the Pop Culture and Philosophy series of short, relatively short essay compilations. And there's one in there that compares, that directly compares the philosophy of the Jedi to Stoicism. I think it makes a really solid argument for it as well. It's funny, I reading that book and some other things, this was like, I think, freshman year undergraduate, long time ago. I tried to make an argument that the Republic, as we see it in the prequels in particular, and the role of the Jedi in that Republic, function very much as the guardians in Plato's Republic, or Plato's Callipolis, the perfect city. And that was one of the few times where this has happened, where about partway through writing the paper, I realized that my thesis was completely mistaken and the comparison I was making fell apart. And I was stuck with either finishing the paper knowing that I was basically wrong, or starting over entirely. And I just went on through with it, made the best argument I could, and got a B or something out of it, B or B+, because the arguments failed. The comparison was wrong. It was just incorrect. But I didn't realize that until I was almost done writing the thing. Oops. It's primarily because the Jedi don't actually have a role in the organization of society. They have a role in the protection of society. They're a monastic religious order. They're not governors of any sort in almost any time in the timeline, with the exception of the new Sith Wars. That'd be the only exception.
Greetings, stranger.
I can think of, at least.
My name is Gelrud. Are you a Pazak player, by chance? It's so hard for me to find a match now that I've been banned from the Upper City Cantina.
Why were you banned?
A simple misunderstanding. Some of the other Pazak players don't understand the finer points of the game. So what if I win 15 matches in a row? That doesn't mean I cheat. There's no justice. My lucky Pazak deck was confiscated and I was banned from the Upper Cantina. Since then, I've been desperate to find a match.
You're gonna cheat me too, aren't you? Alright, I'll play you. Why not?
Excellent. My funds were getting somewhat low.
I will bet my last 2 credits. Let's get rid of one of the 5s. Add a plus or minus 3. And get rid of one of the 4s and get a plus or minus 6. Oh, actually, wait. 5 is good. Yeah, at least I showed my marks, my work, and got marks for it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Turned out okay. I'm not disappointed. I'm just disappointed that I was an idiot. Was dumb enough to go that hard on something that I found out was wrong, which really did teach me a lesson in terms of scholarship, that don't be so obsessively committed to your thesis that you can't realize that you're incorrect. Yeah, we are keepers of the peace, not soldiers. Chad Windu, yeah, absolutely. And that's actually a lot of the debate with respect to what? Oh my god, really? No. That's a lot of the debate with respect to the Mandalorian Wars that we're going to get in some of the backstory here in this game, but then explored even further in the second game. Like, when there is the need for conflict. Fine. When there is a need for conflict, what do the Jedi do? And in a lot of cases, it winds up being fight, be soldiers. We see the same kind of thing as well with in the Clone Wars in the show when Ahsoka, what was it? The one with the brainworms, with the Geonosian brainworms, where Ahsoka is talking with who was it? Really? Yeah, he's cheating. He hasn't used any of his hand yet at all. What's her name? I forget who she was talking to, but another Padawan. Serious? She was talking to another Padawan about, like, what do we do now? The war's done. There's no more war. But war is all we know. Oh my god. Yeah, no, he's cheating. This is ridiculous.
Wow. You played well in our last match, but luck just wasn't with you. You want to play again? I'm sure you'll do better this time.
No, I'm out of money. You think you are cheating, Gilrude?
How dare you accuse me of cheating? It's not my fault you lost. I'm just a good player with a strong deck. Maybe you just need more practice. Or maybe you need to buy some better cards. Go talk to Uriah over there. He can sell you some cards to improve your deck. Unless you want to play again right now.
No.
If you're ever looking for a match and you get tired of posturing in the upper cantina, just come down here and find me. I'll play you anytime.
Yep, lost my last 2 credits.
Go away.
Lord. Now they're trash talking him. This is gonna end well.
Oscar,
I feel like I'm threatening, or not threatening, I guess. I feel like I'm dealing with social here with the countdown.
2.
Kimba mulira dwanaji, Kuyami Juski Chika Nai, Uba Baska Dwana Chichopa Muska, Jiska da Soki Kupa Bona na Chachu.
Tune Pudu, Rananu Prata Donko Shirkasha, Jum Apike.
3.
No! What did it? Alright, that's pretty badass.
Go away.
Okay. So he mopped up those black Vulkers. Nice work.
1.
Oh. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Smart.
He does not want to. He does not want to have a conversation. Yay, credits. Phoenix said, I remember the sunglasses and turban wearing counting man ever since I first saw him when I was a kid. Yeah, no, that was pretty great. I don't think I played... Did I play this when it first came out? No, I didn't. I played this a while later. I played this in like 2009 or so, I think. Hey, look, people with names. I bet they're important. We'll get to them in a moment. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, hello.
I told you to leave me alone. So give me some space, Bug-Eye. Your breath smells like bantha poodoo.
Kuyami juski chika nai. Tong patoga smaktilia. Tabis yubong kunki pangpa. Tong itwamaji human ak in ikatune.
Who you calling little girl, Chuba Face?
Ubabatu konchi. Jiska soki kupa bona na chachu.
Just a sec, boys. Zalbar, a little help here? I need you to rip the legs off some insects. Quit complaining. You can finish eating later. Besides, you need the exercise, so get over here.
Kiyokaku! Kinba muli radwanaji. Kuyami juski chika nai. Ubabaska dwana chichopa muska. Jiska da soki kupa bona na chachu.
You got a problem with me? Then you got a problem with Big Z. So unless you want to take on my furry friend, I suggest you greenies hop on out of here.
Chobasa! Kinba muli radwanaji. Kaba volpa murji gumaya.
See, this is back when they could write bratty teenage characters that weren't just purely insufferable. Like, this is the same trend, the character writing trend, that we see manifest in Sarah, in Dragon Age Inquisition, and in PB, in Mass Effect Andromeda. The difference is, Mission isn't terrible, because she knows when she's in over her head. She knows who she has to rely on. And she's not just a pure quip machine. There's actually some character beneath it. Yeah, much, much better writing than any of these, the later versions of the sassy teenage girl character.
Say, I don't recognize you, and I know pretty much everyone in the lower city. You must be new down here. I guess that makes me and Big Z your official welcoming committee.
It's weird, a Twi'lek who speaks basic.
It's not that strange. Most aliens can speak basic, they just prefer to use their own language. But I grew up here on Terra, so I just sort of got used to speaking the native tongue.
You showed a lot of guts dealing with those Vulkars, kid. You got a name?
My name's Mission Veo, and this big Wookiee is my best friend Zalbar. I'd offer to give you a tour, but the streets down here aren't safe. But if there's anything else you need...
How do a Wookiee and a Twi'lek street urchin end up as best friends?
We just kind of fell in together. It ain't easy on your own here in the lower city. Everyone's always looking to push you around.
So we noticed. Still, you seem like an odd pair.
When I met up with Zalbar, it seemed like a pretty good match. I knew we could look out for each other. With my street smarts and his muscle, we make a great team.
Yeah, she was definitely dropping some racial slurs in the Rhodians. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't throw any back. Twi'leks tend to take more than they give when it comes to racial slurs. How about some questions?
Well, you came to the right person. If you want info on Lower Terrace, I'm the one to talk to. Davik, the Lower City gangs. I even got the scoop on that bounty hunter, Calo Nord.
Let's start with that.
Calo Nord's one of the most famous bounty hunters in the galaxy. He's killed more people than the Iridian Plague. I've seen him kill people just for trying to talk to him. He hangs around Zach's bounty office, but I don't think he's looking for work there. All the postings there are small time, way beneath a bounty hunter of his caliber. I figure Calo's been hired by Davik to do a special job for the exchange. I'd wager 1,000 credits that as soon as the quarantine ends, he'll be getting off this rock.
Okay, what about Davik?
Davik's part of the Intergalactic Crime Syndicate, but I guess everyone knows that. But I hear he's got a new ship for his smuggling operations, the Ebon Hawk. I don't know much about space travel, but I hear that ship's fast enough to break the Sith blockade. Of course, this is all just secondhand rumor.
Useful.
Where would he keep it, do you know?
If Davik does have a ship, he's got it locked up in his estate. Nobody gets in there, except the people working for Davik and the exchange.
Oh yeah, Phoenix said kid-friendly racial slurs. They didn't want to raise the ESRB rating of coarse language. Yeah, I actually really like that. In general, a lot of sci-fi settings make up their own vulgarity, and they use them pretty consistently. Star Wars is no exception to that. Like, there are euphemisms. There are all sorts of euphemisms for all kinds of dirty stuff that we use that would, let's say, not get past the censors. And they even have just specific racial slurs. They have curse words. They have insults. All sorts of stuff that is in universe vernacular, and it's usually pretty consistently done. With the weird exception that most of the slang stays relatively stable over the course of 4,000 years, and that's a little weird. But it is at least interestingly and well done. What is it? I know the Wheel of Time does something similar. They have their own set of like dirty bad words and phrases and stuff based on the nature of the setting, the nature of the world, and stuff like that. Star Trek doesn't really do this because almost no characters are foul-mouthed until recently, apparently. And now recently they just don't care anymore. They don't put in this kind of effort, and so they just have, bridge crew of the Discovery just dropping F-bombs all the time, which... Why? Why did they have to do this? It's unbelievably on Star Trek. They could have implemented something like this, but even that would be kind of out of place in the Star Trek that we've kind of always known. What are you gonna do? How about the gangs?
There's only 2 gangs worth worrying about here in the lower city. The Black Bulkers and the Hidden Becks. Sometimes Zalbar and I hang out at the Beck base.
Okay.
The Becks are led by Gadden Thek. He's a good guy. Lost his sight in a swoop bike accident a few years ago, but even blind, he's a great leader. Not like that traitor Brezhik. Before he took over the Volkers, he was a Hidden Beck. Gadden considered that ungrateful space slug his adopted son.
Oof. Why did Brezhik leave the Hidden Becks?
When Gadden went blind, everyone figured he'd step down and appoint Brezhik in his place. But Gadden figured Brezhik wasn't ready yet. He wanted him to wait a few years. But Brezhik was too impatient. He left to join the Volkers, and ever since, he's been waging a war to wipe Gadden and his Becks from the face of Terrace. This gang war in the lower city is totally the Volkers' fault. They're the ones killing everything that moves out on the streets. It's like they've gone insane.
Okay, I'll take your word for that for now. I'll be going.
You going? Yeah, this dive is pretty boring. No action around here. Come on, Big Z, let's go.
Poor Zalbar.
Can't you think about something besides your stomach for 5 minutes? Come on. We'll go see if there's anything good to eat at the Beck base.
Okay. So, next time, I think, we're gonna go meet up with them at the Hidden Becks base. We're gonna finish up here in the cantina. Little area. What we have to do here. I'm sure there's more. There's the dining office, there's a bunch of stuff there. Bunch to do here in the cantina, and then we're going to go and work on the lower city. And eventually, we're going to go down to the Undercity, where there are plagues and plagues of raccoons. But before that, we're going back to Dragon Age Inquisition on Thursday. We've got more side quests to do, I'm sure. At least one more week of side quests before we get back to the main plot. And then we'll be back here next Monday, as we have been. Before any of that, though, I'm going to go fall asleep. The Benadryl has been helping, I think, enough, so we'll get there. In any case, thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all so much for stumbling through the technical difficulties near the beginning. I will try once again between now and the next stream to get the settings working a little bit better so that I don't run into all the same problems. Phoenix says, dark side versus light side dynamic manifests in the ethno-gang war. True. Absolutely genius extrapolation of core values. Yeah, and also, I know I was going to stop, but I got 5 minutes. I can talk about this because it's really interesting. It's an extrapolation of the sort of symbolic values of the series, of the world in general. but it's applied in a sort of naturalistic way. The Force is completely uninvolved in this conflict, but we still have a very clear delineation between what is effectively light side and dark side that work basically the same way that the light side and the dark side work with respect to Force users and Jedi and Sith and all that. But yeah, I do think that it's that this series especially, KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, and even the MMO, the Old Republic, which, man, if I had a better internet connection, I'd love to stream that. That'd be fun. Maybe someday, who knows? But in any case, it is. They do a really good job of making the world setting fit with the sort of metaphysical structures that they've set up. The world all fits together very nicely. And this, unfortunately, this only really applies to the old EU. A lot of the new like Disney Star Wars type stuff just doesn't attempt to do that, and it's because I think a lot of modern storytellers just don't understand symbolism. They don't understand the concepts at play. They're not, they haven't read a bunch of Joseph Campbell and Jung and hell, even like the medieval poets that inspired them. But what are you going to do? There are still wonderful things here for us to experience that are still Star Wars, and it's the Star Wars that I grew up absolutely loving, and it's still around, even if it's not being continued, even if it's not canon or not considered canon anymore. Who cares? It's still great, and I still greatly enjoy it. Anyway, I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed this so far. I hope it's been a good start, and see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone. There we go.